Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles of CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. Trying out some Bird Tribal, the viewer submitted deck. Thank you. And yeah, so this hand's okay. It's a little slow. We have some interaction. We have the cavern. We have some of our best cards in Traveling Chocobo and Bart's in Boko. So I like that. Hold up some counter magic for whatever it is they decide to do. Follow it up with the Traveling Chocobo. Get the party started. Have a little graveyard hate if this is a graveyard deck. Yeah, Jacob Lee, I believe, is. I apologize if I've forgotten. That's what I remember the name being, so if I've forgotten, my apologies. And, yeah, I don't know now. Dazzling Denial number 2. I mean, we'll go for it. I don't see it living. Um, anyway, uh, submitted this deck, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a hard time pinning it down as far as power level, ceiling, competitiveness. There'll be times when I feel like Mockingbird, terrible. This is like how I've had games where I'm like, this is one of the worst cards, and then there'll be games where I'm like, whoa, wow, Mockingbird is actually really good in the right spot. Okay, cling to dust. Um, so yeah, I mean that's part of it. Dazzling Denial. I wish it was a counterspell, but then you know what? It works really well in a lot of situations. So and it's fun. It's right. It's on. It is on theme. And then Endurance. Why is Endurance in a Bird Tribal deck? Well, then you run up against a Graveyard deck, and you're like, you know what? This is why. And maybe that's we should keep it there. Yeah, Fatal Push. Fine. Mockingbird. Mocking me. Um, I kind of just want to do Endurance pretty soon. Yeah, this is looking like a Murktide deck to me. I guess we have the Dazzling Denial for Murktide, but we would have liked to hit another land. Man, we can't even hardcast the Endurance. That makes me sad. At this point, we are kind of left pitching the Endurance just to stop them from. We're hoping to just stop them from Murktiding right now. I would have liked to have cast that. And then kept it around. And also, maybe we should have flashed in the Plumcrete Escort just to have it on the battlefield. Which is, I think, what we're about to do. It does turn our Dazzling Denials into more powerful counterspells. And puts a clock on them. And gives them something to um, target if they want to kill it. Give us a land. Aether Vial. Sure. A little late to the party. A little late to the party. But it's not a land, so we'll cast it. We can only cast one Dazzling Denial right now. Counterspell, sure. We don't care about that. Get that counterspell out of their hand. Let them rebuild their graveyard. So they must be a Murktide deck. That's probably what they were building towards. But now they have mana to cast a frog and counter magic. We would love to have another land, please, deck. We can't go shields down because We need to hold up a some amount of counter magic to deal with what our opponent's doing. Hey, we got a, hey, you know, 6 turn clock ain't bad, right? Snapcaster Mage, just to have the beats or something, I don't know. To return the favor of attacking. Alright, you know, oldie but goodie deck with Snapcaster Mages. I mean, we're winning this race, so hey, it's Cavern. Do we dare put it on Bird, or do we want an Elemental? Do we learn our lesson? No, we do not. I wish this Mockingbird had Flash. It would be so much better. Subtlety. Dazzling Denial you. Do you have a counterspell? They just hardcast that Subtlety too. They have a Force Negation. Okay. You got it, homie. You got it. Down to 1 card, which I assume is a Murktide. Do we want the Ledger Shredder on the top or the bottom? I think we want it on top. Can attack. So now the race is on a little bit more. And we don't want to lose our bird, right? Because we need it for the counter spells. So I think we're going to do the Ledger Shredder into Dazzling Denial back up again. They might just hardcast a Murktide of their own here. Alright, instep. Sure, they're not going to even attack. Let's try this again. There's a lot going on with my kids in the house. My phone's blowing up with texts about various things. Alright, what is our opponent going to do with their last card in hand? Maybe it's not a Murktide. It's got to be a Murktide, right? So we can Dazzling Denial that, but sadly it just is going to die. I guess we kind of want a just a land, I suppose. Ask and you shall receive. What's in our graveyard? Alright, so got exiled. I mean, we can just Mockingbird 1, 2. If we do, maybe we wait a turn and see if we draw a land. Then our shields are down for a big Murktide. Let's not tap like a moron. Alright, well, who can draw? Our opponent is looking to essentially get to enough mana where they can cast a Murktide and pay for it with our through a Dazzling Denial. We are. I mean, we're just hoping to. Yeah, come on, bring it. We're almost we're almost even in life totals. The old Snapcaster beats. Chocobo's good. Would love to see a land off the top. Just to get a little bit of card advantage. Mockingbird. We can cast that for 0 value, except it'd be another flyer to jump block. I don't think we can go shields down, unfortunately. Is there a final card, a Fatal Push? I think we got anything that isn't a Murktide, and we almost all have to let it go, right? Especially because they pay for the Fatal Push anyway. This is not a counterspell. What an interesting game. Now they get to set up their draws every turn, which is going to make it a little bit better for them, I think. That might put enough cards in the graveyard that they can cast a Murktide through a Dazzling Denial. We can destroy their Castle Vantress with that. That's nice. That might be the right play, but force negation. God. That's 2, so we need. Alright, I mean, this is what we got. We're really all in on these Chocobos. Opponent's really getting close. I mean, if I read it right and it is a Murktide, they can easily just cast it through the Dazzling Denial at this point, and it'll be massive. But they don't know we don't have a counterspell. They just think we have a counterspell. They don't know it's a Dazzling Denial. I don't think they saw it. But maybe they 2 to the bottom. Maybe they actually don't have a Murktide. But look at all those lands. At this point, cast that Murktide, baby. You know, we're going to get a force negation. It's not going to get any easier. Getting frisky. We need things that we can't cast off the top of our library. Damnation. Ugh. And we can make them pay. That hurts. Maybe that was our last card. Well, it was fun while it lasted. We're slogging through a lot of the heat. In step activation. 1 top, 1 bottom. What an interesting deck. I did not expect Sorin the Mirthless from our opponent. Blue-black control with Sorin. So are they not a Murktide deck? They know about the Force Negation, so they had to go for it. We are now living off the top of our library. Got that one hedge maze to find to sculpt our hand. Sculpt our draw. Opponent digging. So this happened in one of my other games where it was against a big mana deck though, where Dazzling Denial gets worse and worse as the game goes along. At this point, our opponent can cast almost anything they want through the Dazzling Denial, even if we had a bird out, and now we don't have a bird. So they're really hitting their land drops. Still one card in hand. Let's go get a hedge maze. See if we can't find. I mean, our best top deck would be a Chocobo. I just kind of think we need more than that. And it's a land. Oh, painful, painful. Maybe we don't. 20 lands, and then, yeah, we are due to find some action, but we put that card. And that's a late game. We were looking at a 2-1 for. Maybe we should have kept it as just as a body on the battlefield. Maybe that was a little greedy of me. And we could have drawn the Besaju to stop all the scrying. To help with, the other thing about this deck, maybe we could use a Mutavault. Opponent probably kept some counter magic, I imagine. Ooh, watch out. Our kill spell, I mean. Boom, shakalaka. Birds of Paradise. Over the 2-1. You can't counter that, homie. I mean, I don't know about you, Mirza 251, but I'm not sure I would. I don't. I kind of just don't even want to play this game anymore. It's just so painful. They can draw 2 cards. I mean, should we counter that? They get a. I don't know. I'm gonna counter it. I don't think this Dazzling Denial is gonna get any better with all the mana they have, so we might as well stop some of the. Their last card could be a counterspell. If they're thinking about it. Alright, well, we could have had a 2-1 attacking that turn. This time we're going to name Elemental. That's right. uh, Alright, opponent. uh, they have 3 cards in hand. We have a land. Hey, watch out. It's a land. But we can draw another card. Realm Walker. That's something. That we can chain together some things now. time. Aether Vial. Off on the top. Oh, gosh. I mean, have they just kept counter spells? Do they have a damnation? I mean, they have to have something over there that, but no threats apparently. They must not play very many in that blue-black control deck. So now I'm wondering if we don't want to play a Mutavault in the deck somehow. All right, here comes a Snapcaster for Archmage's Charm to draw some cards, I imagine. I suppose they don't want me to draw the cards. It's too bad. I mean, I don't even really feel like pretending I don't have a land over here. I have to keep clicking OK. They're up to 4 cards. Now I wouldn't want to miss them land drops. And I still expecting a Murktide. This would be the moment. A big Murktide. They could pay for it. They just haven't found. They have to have some. Yep. A Jace. Drawing 3 cards. Alright, so we will concede. Because I do have a life. I have kids in the house waiting on me. I don't even know what we want to do, to be honest. Do we want to bring in anything? Counter spells to fight through, but we are on Pithy Needles, I guess, to answer the Planeswalkers. Aether Vial is pretty decent, like Force Negation, not bad. This could be good. Like Dazzling Denial, we got to take out for counter spells. I'm sorry. If we're gonna bring it in, we can still bring it back in, but all right. Okay. I mean, look at that. Boom. One land, one keep. Double Aether Vial again. Will it be good? Will it be bad? Will we draw another one? All right. We're gonna start. I'd like to find a land here. Yes. Counterspell, not a land. Mockingbird happens to not synergize very well with Aether Vial. It does give us another body. But what we really want is just to find a land. Yes, I would like to use this ability. Boom. 0-1. That's right. Be afraid, opponent. Be afraid. I mean, the Aether Vials are good. They're gonna kill my Saja's Chocobo, man. Don't do it. Oh man. It's on our turn too. We can't even force negate that. That little bird. That bird did nothing. That bird did nothing to you, man. Uh, let's see. What can we? We can't even. Yeah, we can't. We can't do it. Killing my baby bird. Oh man. All right. Well, will we find another land? Seems unlikely. Opponent making their land drops. Unlike us. Yes, I would like to use the ability. Thank you for asking. That is why I tapped the card. I tapped the mana for that reason. Alright, so which one are we doing first? Do we want to even up that one? It's the 1-drop. One or two? I think we want to use it. Hey, we found a land. Okay, so we can counter some stuff. So we'll just hold up our manas for that. We got the Mockingbird. So yeah, the Mockingbird has had its moments, and it has also had its really really bad moments. And I don't even think we want to go up anymore on this, do we? Probably not. If we can draw another land, we can at least start. Okay, well, Ledger Shredder gives us something to flash down. So Ledger Shredder, I mean, it is one of the best birds in the game, right? So, there's that. Subtlety. I mean, we can just counter that, and then what? We leave ourselves open to a Jace, although we can force negate that. I mean, okay, we'll just counter. Hard counter. No bird nonsense this time. Yes, I would like to use the ability. So yeah, that's one of the better birds. However, man, I'm taking that first game was forever. Cavern. Naming bird. Boom. Gotcha. Look at that. 1 damage. Coming at you. Coming for you, man. Subtlety. You just block. You don't even have to do anything. Yep. Sorry, Ledger Shredder. Your life was short. Oh. It was but a dream. All right. I think we're drawing a card, folks. Here comes the subtlety. Bring in the beats. We are going to draw a card. Hopefully find a chocobo. Found another waterlogged grove. How do I stop having to click on this stuff? Always no to triggered ability from Aether Vial. Always no from triggered ability from Aether Vial. Okay, now Realm Walker. Alright, that is a thing that we can do. So the other thing about Aether Vial is you have to put it into play from your hand. Uh, Gain control of target mana with value. Oh, man, this is on my turn too, huh? Alright, well we will counter that. I don't know why they want my Aether Vial. I guess we didn't have to pay the life. We have our Birds of Paradise that we're definitely not blocking with. Yeah, so I mean, I do think splashing for white makes it a more competitive go wide strategy. I think this is more of a tempo-y kind of puzzle strategy of kite sorts that I'm not that good at playing apparently. Yes, I would like to put that into play. Bird. And it's not even a 2-drop. We can't cast it from the top of our library anyway. I have to hit OK so many times. Can't play a land. Alright, so we will draw a card. Play a bird. Play a land. And then, yeah, I think we're just, I think we're done. Holding up our force of negation mana. Mateo 19 has started watching. Man, you're in for a good match. Birds versus mono black or blue black control. And let me tell you, man, it's compelling. Damnation from our opponent, perhaps. Now that we've built up a little bit of a board. Alright, not yet. And Mateo has stopped watching. Shockingly. Can't play lands because we don't have we don't have the Chocobo. It's a Realm Walker instead. So they can. just get in there. Let's get frisky with the old Saja's Chocobo. And back to the scrying too. All right, so we're still struggling here. At 6, we've found an answer for their um, subtlety. I'm imagining damnation or something like that. Or they're just dirtling. They can't. Maybe they just have a bunch of counter magic, and we keep playing birds that are uncounterable. But again, when you're playing these 0/1s, you know that's uncounterable, but it ain't too threatening. Let's just put it that way. Snapcaster goes to the graveyard, so that's interesting. They could have gotten the fatal push, so they must have something better. Damnation, I assume, and then it's probably gonna be scoop time. Just Jace the Mind Sculptor into Damnation, perhaps. I mean, we can't just lose to the card they're casting on the off chance they have something in their hand. I mean, that's how you fight against counter magic. You bait out counter magic, but you know when you play Jace the Mind Sculptor, yeah, it's not as brutal as Damnation, but yeah. Opponent's got one card in hand plus the scrying. At the beginning of your upkeep, okay. Do I have to keep clicking? Alright, yes. Yes. Always yield. I mean, if we allow the Jace to resolve, I have to keep clicking this. Okay. I mean, we should save our lands, to be honest, for both Ledger Shredder and the landfall triggers, but all right, we got an endurance. It's a clock, and we can Aether Violet in. Up to 4 cards. I mean, we can put this in. Yes, I want to use its ability, man. And then we just shuffle all their good cards back into their deck. And they're going to Snapcaster and do something, I guess. Consider. This clicking on Aethervile though is just driving me insane. I mean, you really couldn't draw it up any differently, man. And we're on a 3 turn clock and they're on a 5 turn clock. So this math doesn't add up. Let's put it that way. But we got nothing else going on. We might as well go out with a bang here. But yeah, I mean we're having to fight through a lot of hate, but we're flooding out in the wrong spots too in a 20 land deck. There's 3 lands in our great yard: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, we're about halfway through the deck. We're a little bit. I think we've drawn a little bit more lands than we should, but we haven't been able to find any kind of synergy to really go through the deck. There's Sorin. I like the Sorin. Don't get me wrong. Oh man. All right. Well, I mean, sometimes you just there's the Traveling Chocobo. We were gonna go Birds of Paradise. All right. Well, Mirza251, it was fun playing you. Thanks for the chat and the fun game. For cyclesgaming.com, I'll catch y'all in the next one.